Hello everybody and welcome to Lights Up, the WNBL podcast. I'm Grantley Bernard along with Desi Globitz, and this is the segment we like to call Talking It Up. Top of the list this week is the Adelaide Lightning on a 3-game losing streak. We touched on it a little earlier in the week, but more specifically, is it a wobble or is it something more serious?
I'm going to go with just a wobble at this stage. I think for the Lightning, certainly they've come up against two very good teams in two of those losses, and you know they've got a strong and a deep roster and a lot of home games to come. So I think we'll go with a wobble at this stage. Be interesting to see.
A wobble for the Adelaide Lightning. Steph Cumming, not wobbly, very solid for Dandenong on the weekend.
Not wobbly.
Had a massive game, 28 points through 10 of 15 shooting. Is Steph an Opal of the future and in the very near future, do you think?
I think she could be. I think she's an absolute dogged player to play against. She's improved a lot in the last few years. Just thinking about her coming out of the Institute a few years ago to now, and the improvements just been phenomenal. And she's really worked on her shot. Her jumper is one of the best in the league. Interestingly though, I guess when you play against Dandenong, you sort of put your work into Jenna O'Hea and Kath McLeod, and potentially she benefits a little bit by not having the best defender on her every week, but man, she makes the most of it. And I think she was 8 of 9 from the 3-point line. I think Mark Wright's coaching style clearly suits her, and she's playing fantastic basketball. She's
certainly one to keep an eye on. Steph Cumming, another up-and-coming player who's she's been around a little while, Mia Newley, and we talk about future Opal, surely she is in the frame. 31 points on 11 of 15 field goals on the weekend for Townsville Fire. She went 5 of 6 from outside the 3-point line. Does she go a little under the radar in Townsville to the wider basketball community?
Yeah, perhaps she does a little bit. She certainly had the capacity to put up this kind of game, certainly in the last couple of seasons, and I'm not surprised to see these numbers here. Having played a little bit of basketball with Mia, she's bigger than you think. She's stronger. She's got a huge reach. She lets the ball go above her head, so she can be really tough to guard. She's tough to get close enough to affect her shot, and she can penetrate around you as well. So, I mean, that's no huge surprise to me. She's a fantastic player, and certainly her shot's just money.
Okay, so we've got Mia Newley, Steph Cumming. We've got a bunch of great imports in the league. Then you've got Jenna O'Hea, Susie Batkovich, Jenny Screen, Kath McLeod. So we just keep rolling all these names out. The NBL's got its All-Star game on the calendar again this year. Is it time for the WNBL to have its own showcase event?
Well, it'd be a phenomenal game given some of the names you've just thrown out, and certainly the imports that have come into the league this year. I think, why not? Anything that promotes women's sport and women's basketball specifically is a great idea, and I think it'd draw a lot of attention, as you say. And we've all just watched the Olympics. So many of our Olympians are actually playing in the WNBL this year, and combine that with the import players that are here, and it'd be a super game.
Well, there you go, Desi. Get busy on the Twitter and you start campaigning that. Hashtag WNBL All-Star Game. All right, we'll get that rolling and we'll see what sort of response we get. At Desi Globitz 6, get onto that. Get Desi up and running with the WNBL All-Star Game promotion, and also Shara Milner 4. Get onto the girls at Twitter, give them a push along. Speaking of potential WNBL All-Stars, Opals, great young players, Rachel Jarry ticks the boxes for all those things. Lights Up caught up with Rachel during the week to have a little chat to her.
Bit of change in the off-season for the Bulleen Boomers, a very new-look squad. How is everything coming along with your new teammates?
Yeah, really good. I think, we recruited really well after losing, obviously, a once-in-a-lifetime player like Liz Cambridge, and then Sammy Richards, who was so solid for us at the point last year. And, we've recruited really well. I think we've got a good mix of experience and youth. We've obviously got Tess Madgen across from Bendigo, and she's been amazing for us in the point guard role. And then, getting a couple former Opals back in Emma McDonald and Holly Florence has really, given us good leadership.
Now, it's taken a while for the team to get going a bit this season, but a good road win in round 7 over Townsville and Logan. Is the team starting to come together and gel now, I guess, heading towards the midway point of the season?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely taken us a little bit longer to gel than we would have liked. We had a couple of 1-point losses earlier in the season, which sort of hurt us a lot. But yeah, we are starting to gel. We're really, getting that chemistry that we've wanted from the start. And yeah, we're all really excited about where we're heading.
Now, for yourself, the season's it's been a bit of a roller coaster. You had a concussion early in the pre-season tournament, then a bit of a health scare after the Canberra game. Are you feeling good now? Are you feeling in one piece?
Yeah, I am. It's sort of, it's been, I don't know, a strange sort of start to the season, but I'm feeling good now. So, sort of overall that took me a couple of weeks to get over, the sickness that I had, but all good now, and I'm just, looking forward to the rest of the season.
Now, we might move back a little bit now towards London and the Olympic Games. Now, that whole experience, can you tell us about what life was like for those 2 weeks in London?
Yeah, it's so surreal now. I still sort of pinch myself that I was there, but, those 2 weeks, it's, a life-changing experience, just meeting so many amazing other athletes and, playing against the world's best. It's, something that you dream about. I mean, I've always, since I was 5 years old, I think, always said I wanted to play for Australia at the Olympics, and, being able to share that with 11 other girls who are all amazing, and yeah, just something I'll always cherish, to get that bronze medal was really, special.
Now, what was your fondest memory of that time? Obviously, as you said, an amazing, surreal fortnight. What was the fondest memory you'll take away from that experience?
Apart from the medal, I mean, that's always going to be the thing that sticks out. But I think, the opening ceremony was something that was amazing as well. And, being able to march behind Lauren and sort of share that experience with her in some way was really special and almost emotional, which I didn't expect it to be. And yeah, it was just something that will always stay with me.
Now, when you did get the call, the final call to say you'd made the final 12, what was your reaction? Can you walk us through what happened when you got the call?
Yeah, we were actually in Italy, and so we sort of all had an individual meeting with the coaches. So sort of walked in and they all sort of looked a bit, you couldn't tell what they were going to say. So I was just sitting there really nervous, and then Graffy said, you've made the team. So after that was a bit of relief, and I can't even remember what they said after that. I just sort of walked back to my room and rang my parents, and they were super happy. And then we were on a flight back to Australia, so I didn't have much time to take it in, but yeah, it was just a special moment.
Fantastic. Now, what do you take away from the whole Olympic experience, the whole preparation and your time in London and now moving back into the WNBL season? What do you take away from that experience to, I guess, help develop your game further?
Yeah, I think, it was a massive eye-opener for me just to see the standard of players internationally, and I think you look at our team and our best players are the ones who have played internationally for so long, and so I think the best thing for me is just to continue getting experience and trying to, maintain my spot in the Opals, and that's what's going to make me a better player in the long run.
Well, there's Rachel Jarry, and Desi, you did play with Rachel. If there's 2 words to sum her up, ultimate competitor?
I think you're probably spot on the mark. I'm glad you offered that because I was trying to find one there, so thank you. That's perfect. St Kilda supporter is another good one to go with.
So tragic.
Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah.
And we should do a shout out to Rach, actually. She's about to celebrate her 21st birthday, and hard to believe how much she's achieved already at such a young age, and certainly a star of the future.
I think she's a star of the present. She has been a fantastic player in the WNBL almost from the time she stepped on the floor. So, and it'd be interesting to see how long we hold on to her, because I think she's going to be a player in Europe for a long time. Yeah,
and she's already been recruited to the WNBA as well. So, that will be interesting.
There you go. Keep an eye out for Rachel Jarry. You can check out everything you want to know on Rachel Jarry at the WNBL website at WNBL.com.au. Also on Twitter, as we said, Rachel Jarry loves to get on the Twitter, so see if you can find her on Twitter. Desi Globe at 6 and Sharon Milner 4, our Lights Up co-hosts. And of course the league has its own Twitter account at WNBL, as well as the Facebook page. You can also follow the league through the ABC website. There's live streaming of the game of the week every Friday night, which is then shown nationally around the country on Saturday afternoons at your local ABC station. We also need to thank the sponsors of the WNBL, Australian Sports Commission, Champion, Spalding, IINet, ANFA, ABC and Sporting Pulse. That is it for another episode of Lights Up. Join us again later in the week when we go with the Lights Up pre-game show.